Alright, so getting on the interstate for the first time ever here. Ridden motorcycles a couple thousand miles, but we got 100 miles to go on I-24 going to Chattanooga. And only way to do it economically for time is on this Sportster 1200 going 65-70 on the highway. Alright, so we're 15 miles in, 15 and a half miles or so, and this is pretty brutal. So the engine seems to be cool with 65-70 miles an hour. Bike has great stability. Like anything I need to move out of the way of, I can easily move out of the way of. But I knew I didn't have a windscreen. Don't like the look of a windscreen. I thought, oh man, I'll be fine. Don't want a windscreen. And lo and behold, the windscreen seems like a good idea for prolonged highway rides. I'd say maybe 10 miles of highway riding in so far. And I'm thinking, wow, that's a great invention. I don't know why most people don't have windscreens on their Harleys. So I imagine in weeks to months from now I'll be in curmudgeon-y, touring Harley, full bagger status mood. But I'm enjoying this 40 for what it is. I think it'll be a lot more fun than the 50 mile an hour twisties that we're riding to. But really tucking in here, trying to already start to count the miles, and Google says 89 miles to go, and it's all highway. I think we got a text from Brian, and Brian said, hey, don't worry about me, but I'm not going to get there until about 9 o'clock tonight. Okay, so hopefully Brian's alright. He sent us a picture of his clutch apart on the table at like 1 p.m. and so that's probably not optimal, but hopefully he's not facing anything mechanical. Hopefully he forgot his wallet, but time will tell. Alright, we just entered the Cherahola Skyway from Tellico Plains. We got Brian behind us in the CB 750. We got Matt in some BMW 750, and just chilling. So made the trip up from Chattanooga to Tellico Plains, a couple different roads and some highway just to get up here. Took a quick break, filled up the tanks, and here we are. So looking forward to this, first time on the Skyway or the Dragon. So just gonna take it easy, have a good trip. Oh my god, it's beautiful through here. Davidson, hopefully we don't have to visit there. Wow. Oh my god. Incredible through here at Tellico River. We didn't really plan it this way, it just kind of happened, but I'm glad that we're riding it this way. Just like to kind of see an upriver. campground over here, which is crazy. Big overlook. But I think we're at elevation here. I think we're over 5,000 feet. You see the trees are beat down so short on top of this mountain. It's a pretty rare sight for Appalachia, I think. Oh my god, yeah, check that out. The roads here are amazing. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to see snow up here. I guess in mid-March that's a normal thing. Views out the windscreen are insane. Like sitting here trying to make sure you don't overcook it into these braking zones. Just in awe here. You okay?
I'm not leaving his fucking side cover on the side of this fucker.
Oh, his side cover came off?
Yeah, he lost the cover. I'm gonna turn around and get it for his ass.
Alright, be safe. I'm gonna stay here. Alright, we did the old switcheroo. I'm riding Brian's 750 to dinner. We just stopped off gas, and I thought it'd be fun to trade bikes a little bit. So this thing's nimble. It actually gets down, and like my bike will not do this kind of shenanigans easily. Like it's very tossable compared to my bike. But I think dinner's just like 10-15 minutes up the road, so just kind of playing around. Matt was intent on keeping his bike while we had navigation to the Texas Roadhouse or wherever. Should be a fun little change. Alright, so leaving Pigeon Forge, went up going to a Five Guys, and basically I haven't led yet, so I've got the GPS, good phone charge, and we don't know where we're camping exactly. Brian has been there before. I think September of last year is what he said. And so basic premise is we need to get to the town, and Brian is going to remember where we are going to go, and hopefully we can get directions from the guy who we're going to his campground. So 39 minutes away, and we'll just see how she goes, play it by ear. Alright, so we had to stop at this cute little farm, and now we're turning around. I think we drove right by it, at least that's what Brian thinks. And so kind of backtracking a little bit, but all good because these views are insane. Beautiful, beautiful place. This is Cosby, Tennessee. No spills. Alright, we are rolling out of where we made camp last night. We were able to locate where we're supposed to be, and Brian knew exactly where we needed to get there. So I think he went like last September or something, and half a year, and he knew exactly where we needed to be. So that was cool. Camp, they had a drum circle, they had a big fire, and we're all on the road. Like Brian's adjusting his helmet or something while we're riding. But yeah, just lovely riding around here. Inside of Gatlinburg now. I haven't been here since I was a kid. Sounds cliche to be like, oh, it's so much more developed, so much more touristy track, but I think it is. I remember we stayed at Park Vista, which is that round one way up on top by that mountain. But yeah, it is right full of people. This is I don't know, March 21st or something like that. Looking up through there to see. I know they had a big fire here. I don't know if it was last year or the year before last, but that tree line does not look like it is intact. The traffic coming into Gatlinburg here on a Sunday for lunch too is insane. It feels like it's at least a mile or more of this. People rushing in from the hotels and condos and chalets to get a bite of whatever the best reviewed breakfast spot is or whatever, but not for me. We've had a pretty awesome trip so far. We haven't really had a lot of touristy stuff, but the experiences have been awesome. So far, good bike reliability, everything else, so happy 364 miles just about. I think we are between Gatlinburg and Townsend on a little piece of road. Turkeys, I thought it was geese. Yeah, this is more of that. Gatlinburg to Townsend, gorgeous. There's Townsend. Alright, so we're on motorcycle 3. This is Matt's BMW 750. We're playing bike switcheroo again. So still getting used to it. Yeah, I think we're in top gear. But yeah, it's kind of neat. It's kind of like Brian's bike. It really goes to show like how low the Sportster sits, because I feel like I'm way on top of it. Like the weight is a lot easier to throw around. The Sportster is the seat position so low, and it's comparatively, like the weight transfer, I guess, it feels more important. I don't know, it's hard to gauge. This bike and Brian's CB750, I mean, you can just tell it, do this, do that, and it does it. So it's kind of neat. The thing I don't like is it makes power, like it makes torque. Like Brian's bike, I felt like had a really hard time getting that instant throttle response. This one responds, but the torque's not there, and I hadn't really wound it out yet, so I'm sure it'll have a good top end. Windscreen, totally cheating. I mean, just could ride this to California this week, no problem. And this one's got the furthest back foot pegs, so it feels sportier. Feels like a weight bias is better. You know, feels like you have more control, can more, you know, put the weight on the foot peg, respective one that you want. But it's kind of cool. It has a lot of neat features. I don't know what year this is, but it's got like the gear shift indicator. It has a fuel gauge, which I guess doesn't work because we just put gas in the bikes. 45,000 miles. I think this bike has the most miles of any bike on the trip. My Sportster's like 25,000. I think Brian's 750's got like 40,000 on it, so it's about a 800 mile trip is what it'll wind up being, put on how we started, how we come home. But kind of neat little bikes, the differences. Alright, I'm up front now, leading the ride. We were trying to figure out a good way to get back that wasn't as crazy as what we did yesterday and still make decent time. So if we take this highway we're on now, 411 south, we could take it pretty much all the way to the highway and just tuck right in. But what we're going to try to do is take this 360 up here, and Google actually prompted me for it for the first time. There we go. So hopefully it'll tell me what's going on. And I don't have the plug phones in today. I didn't have them in all day yesterday because they were hurting my ears. So I went to a CVS and bought some foam regular earplugs because the bike's so loud that I need something. But that has been a wild improvement in quality of life on the Harley. So that looks like a turn's coming up, and I hadn't totally lost these guys, so we're gonna have to group up, and that looks a lot more fun than straight highway. Coming out of a holler on 360 here, I think we got 3 miles. The Skyway, which we said we weren't going to do again today, but apparently we are. Beautiful country through here. We had a car right on Brian's rear tire going into that last stretch, and it's no longer there, so it must not be that much of novices. Pretty bumpy ground through here, and we've been really cautious. Like they say, ride maybe 80% and you don't be pushing the limit for just friendly trips like this. And we hadn't even been near that in some of these corners, because on 360 here, I mean, it's just chop chop chop. Alright, so in Chattanooga we got Torrey on the back, and we've got railroad tracks. And then we got Brian on the 750, and then Matt has got Torrey's roommate Jenna on the back of the BMW. We're about to go up Lookout. Just gonna enjoy the day off here. We're going to try the Bachman tunnels, or East Ridge tunnels. These were closed due to a landslide just a couple days ago. Looks like they're open. Give that tire van all the room he wants. Road work ahead. Alright, we're doing the bonus review. We got Tori's 1997 Honda Rebel 250. And wanted to see if it would start. We hadn't started it since like December and it's March. And naturally left the fuel on, everything on accident. Put the choke on, turned the key on, started right up. So such is Honda reliability. Yeah, it runs good. We did a bunch of carburetor cleaning on it and figuring out last year. New throttle cables. The tires were built when I was like in elementary school, so I don't know if I trust those, but so small too compared to these other bikes, even the Harley. But like so light, very tossable. You can just like throw it anywhere. Oh God. Alright, back to Tennessee River view here. Beautiful. That's I-24 crossing it. Yeah, we just went over Haletown. 41 was an amazing little ride. Davidson one time.
Oh, whoa.
I don't know, dude. There's no Raleigh right up here in Kansas.
There's a power sports place we just passed here at South Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right up here up the freeway.
Yeah.
Get back on the freeway and go back up to the next exit. Turn left go to the red light.
So you glided from here to there with no chain.
Well, that's what happens when you're doing about 80, 85. Well, I mean, you got me off the line. I tried to really go with you.
Yeah.
No accelerator pumps, fell on its face, almost stalled, let out of it, and then tried to catch it.
Though, but go back up.
Best bet.
It's just in South Pittsburgh on that main road.
Power Sports.
Yeah, it's right there.
Huey may have it, but man, he deals in one little, cheap ass four wheelers.
All right, we'll see what we got.
But there's a legit motorcycle shop. What I'm trying to tell y'all, there's a legit motorcycle shop. Get back up here, go back and get on 24 to the right.
Okay.
Get off the next exit. You'll be right there.
Is that your license plate, Brian?
It's in. You say it's in Jasper? Yeah.
That looked like a license plate.
If you want to go,
Man.
we'll just ride. Dude.
Well, he can run on the back of this, I think. But actually, it might be easier.
No, I didn't say he's gonna ride. I was gonna take one of y'all to go. I don't know about no nut butt, cause hey man.
Yeah. I think that you can ride on the back of mine pretty easily. But you want to do that? So let's assess and make sure that the sprockets and shit's all okay.
I think everything's fine, but I'm with you.
Yeah, so let's ride up there. Do you have a way to hold this shit?
Do you have anywhere I can put this greasy son of a bitch?
You want to take him to his bike at least, yeah. Alright, so you have a sprocket. There's actually not real far from here a good place to pull off that's a lot safer from here. And we got a good margin. I don't know if I'll
just get it off right here.
You just want to do it here?
Yeah, I'll take
okay.
the key out of it.
Alright, so this was the stoplight that we took off from, and put a little bit on the gaps also on Matt. But I imagine Brian lost his chain just right about here, I think. And then he managed to coast way on down here. Yeah, there's the bike there. Naturally, Matt got right in front of a vehicle so we could cut him off. But anyways, here we go. Big old drop. Paddle. You got all the tools?
I'm just glad.
Ready to go?
I'm just glad it worked out, man.
Everything's prepped right.
Do you see that picture I posted on your Facebook?
No.
So we were about to leave and he saw some people walk into a dumpster and he was like, hey, let's talk to him. He went over there and like, here's our deal. And the guy was like, cool. Walked in there, checked to see. He's like, I don't think I have it. It's all like a bunch of Can-Ams and stuff. And walks out a couple minutes later with the thing in hand, and we're like, oh my God, how can we pay you? And he was like, Goodwill, baby.
Take stock out of my store.
Yeah, and exactly. And so we're like, thank you, sir, so much.
Oh my Lord.
But look at this.
He's talking about how everybody else done went to belts.
Man.
Yeah, what was it? Battle Hill? Battle Creek.
Oh man, that's good because AAA apparently has an extra for towing your motorcycle, not for 50 to 20 motorcycle.
Fun.
That shit's hardened.
Oh, I know it, man.
So what's the dilemma?
The pin
Hey, what you doing?
is slightly
This
too
cheap little
big.
bitch ass chain is smaller than the correct keeper.
So that's suboptimal.
Suboptimal would be a way to say that.
You got a small drill bit? You at home? Look, I might need to drill.
We got good news or bad news?
Hey, you guys got the chain, right?
We got the chain?
What do you mean? Why would we have the chain?
Sorry, I shouldn't be fucking with you in such a time of crisis.
I really knew you were fucking with me, but like, oh, okay. That
We got some
works
memory
too.
cloth going.
Grinder, baby.
Oh, grinder.
Grinder. All right, hon, I'm getting. Oh, she's hung up. Cool.
All right.
Oh shit. Business time, boys. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Little
What was your name, man? I'm sorry.
Big Dave.
Big Dave. It's clearing. Let's see if it hand me that cover. See if it clear that.
The what?
The cover. It's on the front fender. 24. It's clearing everything. It's rolling. Smooth.
Does it feel like it's got a rough spot in it at all?
No, it's going around smooth. Just need to get this only back in place and see if it clears that, because I've heard that O-ring chains have clearance troubles sometimes on these bikes, and I don't know if that's an O-ring chain. With what it came with, it's probably an O-ring chain length. I see no reason for concern.
Yeah, I think run it. So we'll go to the deer place up the road, and if it's not making all kinds of racket.
And if this is an issue, I'd say stop, threaded rod.
Can you shift it from back here?
That's gonna be my, so I don't know if I can get this to do that. Does that make sense? Might have to unhook a.
I think you can push down as long as you upshift here.
Up. You're right. So
yeah, you can
gotta
push
make
down.
sure,
The crack is on the back.
That's probably how it's probably had that crack, and we probably didn't know it because I don't ever.
So
pull up
if you
on
push down and push down, and you don't do any pulling, it'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't pull up. Let me see. Took a feeler day, straightened it just a close, got her through the hole.
Oh.
Good.
You're just gonna run it like that? You're gonna bend it?
It's not coming back out.
Okay.
All you gotta do is keep it vibrate and loose.
It's where it won't back out. Right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect fix.
I'm gonna shoot up the mountain.
Riding out of Cowan, it's kind of still on top. We already went down the steepest of it, but heading down the mountain range into lower land, and a friend of mine called Dune Buggy Steve had sent me pictures of a TW200 Yamaha that's for sale near him. It's not posted online, and he basically said, hey, I know you want one of these again. Yeah, I do want one of those, but it's like an hour south of my house, and I never go by there. And looking at the maps of where we're going, I was like, oh man, I'm going to be driving literally right through there. So called Dune Buggy Steve. Dune Buggy Steve sent me the screenshot of where he thought it was on the map, and I called the phone number that was on the ad, or well, it was on the like for sale sign that was on the bike picture. Lo and behold, about to pull out of the gas station, the guy calls me up. Yep, absolutely, I can see you in 20 minutes. Bike's still for sale. And I said, yes sir. So anyways, that's where we went. So Matt and Brian are going off that way, and I am going to check out this TW200, I guess.